Coming up on WSRH Extra, we roll into a local bike shop to see what keeps their gear spinning.
Also, we line up to learn what labors go into your lunch.
And so, the investigation begins.
WSRH Extra starts now. Good afternoon, honks, and welcome to this special episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Nick Reddick.
And I'm Lily McAllister. Today, we take a look beneath the surface of the stories that are hidden in plain sight.
That's right, because even the most ordinary moments have a deeper story empowering them. From the quiet tasks to quick decisions, there's always a backstage crew to everyday life. For nearly 2 decades, a local bike shop has been putting riders on the road. But we found there's a deeper reason for why their crew comes back every day, even when the road is rough. WSRH Extra reporter Lillian Amirian takes off the training wheels to steer us through the story.
The wheels of an organization in West Palm Beach first started turning in 2007 with Jack, the bike man.
He was, sitting outside the front of his house and a kid kept hitting the curb because his brakes were not working properly. So he told him come over and he fixed his bike for him. And then the next day another kid came and the next day another kid came. And that kind of just started snowballing.
Bringing about Jack the Bike Man as an official bike shop and charity.
It's all about teaching, providing education, and bikes to the community.
He would say that, there's a lot of people in Palm Beach County that need bikes, whether it's children at Christmas or, people needing transportation to get to and from work or doctor's appointments and stuff like that.
Jack was certainly the heart of this organization.
What inspired me the most was that he was in his 80s and he was still working 7 days a week to make sure that, people were getting bikes that they needed for transportation.
Which made it all the more shocking.
When Jack passed away, this was in July of 2023.
Jack served as the spark that started this organization, but unfortunately, the goodwill wasn't the only thing that caught fire.
The building that we bought about 4 years ago, while Jack was still alive, that was going to be our forever home, and just to see that building burn for a whole day was pretty devastating. I mean, thankfully nobody was hurt. Thankfully we didn't have any bikes stored in there or anything like that, but it was this kind of symbol of Jack. In a way.
It was a symbol of new beginnings, and while the building burnt out, their desire to continue Jack's mission grew brighter.
We were able to overcome that, and we're still here.
I came here and took a look at what was going on and said, yeah, looks like it's worth some time to dedicate to the purpose.
The organization may be named after Jack, but seeing as he's not the one riding the bike anymore, there truly is a deeper reason why these wheels turn.
The little kids that reach out with that wonderment in their eye, like everybody knows what it's like when they get a new shiny bike, and these kids, don't know what the situation is, whether they can afford them or not.
It makes you want to, continue to help people.
And they plan to do just that as they get ready to donate hundreds of bikes to kids in need this holiday season. For WSRH Extra, I'm Lillian Amirian.
Although those bikes may not need fuel, you do. And luckily, there's a whole team working behind the scenes to prep your plate. WSRH Extra reporter Luke Nizzolo takes us behind the counter of Seminole Ridge Lunch Line.
When students walk into the cafeteria, most of them grab their lunch and go, not stopping to think about what it took to get there.
I didn't know any of them were made fresh. I thought it was all pre-packaged and frozen.
So I kind of assumed they'd put it in a little oven and brought it out to us.
I don't think about it very much, but I know it must be hard cooking for several thousand children every day.
But what students think happens and what actually goes on behind the scenes are two completely different stories.
Oh, they absolutely do not think we prepare everything. I think for the most part, they think we pour something into a thing and heat it up.
What students don't see is the cafeteria staff arriving at school long before the first student even arrives.
My staff does come in at 6:30 in the morning. I'm here at 6 a.m. Another employee is here at 6 getting ready for breakfast. We feed 500 for breakfast and 14 to 1,500 for lunch.
And the preparation is more than just cooking the food. every step has to be carefully planned.
We are only allotted so much money, and so I have to carefully order what I need for a week, a month out. So what you guys get, depending if it comes on the truck or not, is what we're gonna get. And so getting from the budget to the serving line, it takes 16 of us within this kitchen from 6:30 a.m. till 2 in the afternoon to ensure you guys have everything you need.
Even with all that work, there's one part of lunch many students take for granted.
That it's free. You get free food.
The fact that it's free and that's free, so we have access to that.
But to the staff, it's more than just serving a meal. It's making sure every student gets something that they can count on.
I know when you guys are getting fed, if it's your first meal or if it's your last meal, I'm going to ensure that it's a great meal.
Lunch may only last an hour, but the work that goes into making it happen takes all morning. And that effort is a big part of what keeps our school running. Reporting for WSRH Extra, I'm Luke Nizzolo.
Coming up after this short break, we take a look into what true friendship is all about.
Plus, a creature feature?
Hey guys, it's Kate Henderson here. I'm out here training for the Junior Olympics. Only 200 more days to go. Shout out to Lululemon for my outfit.
You'll never win. Training so much more than you're slacking off. Like you put on weight. You suck.
United Against Online Abuse found that 90% of sport federations believe athletes make with their sports due to online abuse. You are more than your feed. Don't give up on your dreams. If you or someone you know is being harassed online, go to the cyber helpline to seek help.
Even though the internet can make it easy to hurt others, building real friendship takes a little more courage. WSRH Extra reporter Caden Oren takes us on the journey of finding what it takes to be your true self.
People always say, be yourself, but I never quite understood what they mean by myself. Laugh at every joke, don't be too quiet, don't be too loud, pretend you like what they like, don't be weird. I've read this 1,000 times. The part nobody talks about is, when people say, be yourself, a lot of times they want you to be the version of you they want you to be. They want you to be normal. And we all just go with it. We edit who we are. We mask the part of ourselves that's too passionate, too honest, too nerdy, or too much. We put out a safer, more sanitized version of ourselves, hoping to get the role. A 2021 analysis by the Survey Center on American Life shows that the average American has only 3 close friends. Not 20, not 50, but 3. 3 people they can truly confide in. And for young adults, that number is steadily dropping. The perfect friend doesn't have a definition. They're not someone who fits somewhere in the dictionary. Rather, they fit you. So, the problem isn't who we are, rather who we surround ourselves with. If people don't like me, great. If people do, that's even better. At least they'll actually know me. If a friendship requires an audition, it's not a real friendship. A real friend is the stagehand who rips a script from your hands and tells you that the performance is over. So I'm done auditioning. I'm canceling the show. The only role I'll play now is just Caden. And the right audience will find me. Stop worrying about who you should be. Instead, focus on who you are. Because the minute you stop performing is the minute you give the right people the permission to show up and love the real you. Reporting for WSRH Extra, I'm Caden Norton.
We've been looking beneath the surface, but this story takes place above us. In the ceiling? WSRH Extra reporter Carter Wright tells us more about this ceiling stowaway.
It was an everyday science class when suddenly a strange sound was heard from the ceiling.
I honestly was afraid it was a rat.
For several weeks following, they kept hearing it during class.
At first, they were really worried, but it became almost like a game. Every time I would talk, it would follow me around the room.
Eventually, they decided to catch this creature, but not on their own.
I was able to catch the lizard with a rat trap. So it's a harmless trap that just has a trap door.
Unfortunately, the trap didn't quite catch on at first.
We had a day in the middle where we thought he might go in. We set the trap Tuesday after school, and the next day when we checked it, nothing. And then during the day that day, he was actually sitting behind the trap like he was teasing us.
But they couldn't simply release the creature.
They're native to Africa, but they have been introduced likely through the pet trade. And so they ended up here, and they've become much more common in the last 5 to 10 years.
Faced with having to euthanize the lizard, they thought of an alternative.
I didn't see a reason to harm an animal for something that wasn't his fault, so he got a setup and a good lice.
While it may have been indirect in its influence before its capture, it truly had an impact on Miss Milan's class.
We actually ended up naming it. We took a class vote, and it ended up being Heisenberg, after the German physicist Heisenberg.
It's clear that Heisenberg has united many of Seminole Ridge's science classes for the better. For WSRH Extra, I'm Carter Wright.
Well, that's it for this episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Nick Ruddick.
And I'm Lily McAllister. Remember to follow us on social media at Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Seminole Ridge TV. Have a great day, Hawks!